All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! Let's go! Ready! 95, 56! You're good, you're good! I'm full, ready!
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The last time these two teams met, boy, was it memorable. Wild card weekend last year as the Eagles started their Super Bowl title defense, and they held on thanks to the doink or the double doink heard around the world on the Cody Parkey missed field goal. And the Eagles would escape 16-15. Of course, they would go on to lose the following weekend to the New Orleans Saints. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Chris Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Akeem Hicks in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. He'll field this at the 5. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Check. No. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Luke Kuechly, the all-pro linebacker, in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 14-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Watson. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
To throw is Watson. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined. On those last two plays.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set. 19. Right back forward. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On first down, Watson. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Now it's Watson. Steps away to his left. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
This is something that we expected to see. McCaffrey used out of the backfield. 107 catches in 2018, the most in one season by an NFL running back.
Again, it's Watson. And it's caught. No gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
Check. Crunch.
On the ground, Ivory. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they'll see what they can do on third and goal. So third and goal, the defense in the dime.
Can still bring pressure.
After the run, Watson going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Bullett's kick is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27th, Breeze. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Christian Wilkins in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Shotgun now for Breeze. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Akeem Hicks, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Watson. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Out of the gun, Watson. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
From the gun, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Mike Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Breeze now. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Chris Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
3rd and 12.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the...
He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Chris Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Breeze. And the pressure gets to him again. Akeem Hicks make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the feet. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it with Johnson, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Eagles 10, Bears 7.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This will be taken very short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
45-yard line.
Set, 19, 59. I got it.
They go play action here on first down. Forced out to his left. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Watson just beating the play clock. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Jamison Crowder, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
We got it. Hey, 31. Hey, watch that. Check, Mike. Get down.
Watson looks to throw again. He finds Roberts, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Bullock will put this one through. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You ain't doing nothing today. 29. Mike 5-4.
Throwing again is Watson. Left side Doyle with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Watson now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right. Incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Ringo. At 55. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch the ball. 54.